What's up, guys? Shockwave640 here, and today we are taking a look at the final member of the Wave 1 of Transformers Titans Return Deluxe class figures. And today we have Furos and Hardhead. So, let's take a look at these guys. But first, as always, we will be doing the size comparisons. So, first up, we have, and he's falling over. Here we have Figma Link, who I reviewed, not recorded, well I did record, but I reviewed him a while back. It's a very cool toy, so watch that if you have not done so yet. Here is Skull Smasher. So setting him off to the side. I'll do a group shot with all of the Wave 1 Deluxes once I've got them all in robot mode. Here he is with Blur, right there. And here he is with Scourge. So yeah. One thing I do want to state is that tomorrow I'll be doing 2 reviews. One for the voting at the end of this review, and a short little video to show you the fan modes I came up with for all of these deluxes, because they kind of have like little mini base modes. So I will show those off tomorrow. I was gonna show it off in this video because this is actually my second take. But the video file was too big to upload onto YouTube. It wouldn't let me because I did not have enough storage on my device. So now I have to re-record and try to make it quicker. So let's get into the details and such. So here is his gun, very reminiscent of the G1 toy, just cast in green plastic. And here's the tank itself. Very nice detail, nice metal flake finish to the treads, which are a very dark gray, orange cockpit, and then this like slightly brownish gray cannon here, and the same paint is right there, and also all on the bottom, which you can't really see a lot of robot. You can just make out his waist and his legs kind of right there. It's really all you can make out. I mean, everything else looks pretty well done. You can angle this up, and it can also use the double hinge for transformation so that you can allow it to swivel. You kind of have to move the cannon up to get access to the cockpit so that you can pull out the Titan Master. So there's the cockpit. Nothing really much. I mean, you can see some little levers there. I guess you push them both forward to go forward, and then you need to push one back, one forward to turn and stuff like that. So just closing that, setting that back down. You can open this up, angle it back, angle it like that to do this, and you can take your little Titan Master and you can sit him on the inside so you can have him pilot that. And you can also put the gun on there like so, but I'm not going to because I think it looks really dumb. Or you could take off this entire cannon assembly and you can plug that on your city formers using the post right there. You're supposed to be able to stand a Titan Master on these little posts right back there, but you can't because they aren't long enough. And you can kind of stand one there and balance him, maybe. But you're supposed to be able to do it, but it doesn't really work. But the thought is there. So just putting that back on. You can also use the ports there on either side and also on the front. If I move the cannon out of the way, there are the little posts up here. So you can have 6 Titan Masters on them. You can have one on each of the treads, one inside the gun. If your posts here work, you can have actually 7. And then you can have one actually piloting the tank itself. Now, you can see the Autobot symbols there, and that's pretty much it. The cannon is really nicely detailed, and that's just about it. So yeah, let's get down to transformation. So to transform him, you just want to bring these sections down and untab them from this middle section, like so. They will tab in using that tab going into the upper slot, like so. It does help if you also raise the cannon up like that, and then also you want to slide it out because it is on the sliding hinge. You want to slide it outward, and then that will allow you to just finish straightening out the legs, flipping out the feet like so, flipping up that crotch plate. Now you want to untab the arms. They tab into that hexagon using this little port right here with the silver pin on it. You just want to untab those. You want to untab this. It will just tab in using that tab into the slot on his back. Doesn't really work all that well, but everything does hold together very nicely so nothing flops around. Then this will tab in there, just like so. and then you will bend this down on this hinge, and then on this hinge, and this will plug in right into his butt, like so. So getting him to stand, like so. And you just want to bring his arms down, raise the shoulders, like so. Now what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to just fully extend the arm like this, and then flip out the fist, but then you get these really long, like gorilla arms. So what I do is I just bring the fist out and then just bend the elbow, and that gives a pretty decently length arm like that. There we go. So you can see the drastic difference there. So we're just gonna do that, raising that up like so. Then you can finish raising this up if you so choose. Kind of angle it to the side a little bit if you want to. Then you just bring in Furos here. You just fold his arms down. For what I do is I rotate his head around like that. Then just bend him in half like so. And there you've got him in head mode. There's the face, very nice. Yellow paint, blue eyes. Just cast in this grayish plastic with green everywhere else. And then you just clip him in right there. And there you have Hardhead in his robot mode. I really do like his robot mode. It is very cool looking. Getting in close, looking at the details. Very nice. I do like the silver and yellow and red there on the crotch section. You can see all of the tank treads and such, and the translucent plastic is also is on the front wheel of the tank, which is now inside of the body, and it's also on these wheels right here. So there's that. We do articulation real quick. Ball joint shoulders, hinge right here, double jointed elbow technically, but it only gets you that much. The wrists can go in and out, and there's a wrist swivel. Head is on a ball joint. You can swivel this cannon in and out. It is on this slider here, and it is on a hinge right there and a hinge right here. So you can get some crazy articulation out of that. The hips can go that far forward, that far backward, that far out. They do swivel, and they bend about 90 degrees, and the feet can go up and down, sort of. So just getting him back into a pose. He can, of course, hold his gun. You just simply put it into his hands, like so. Kind of get him in a pose so that he is holding it. Now let me raise the camera up a bit, and now let's bring in the rest of the Wave 1 Deluxes. So we have Skull Smasher, we have Blur, and we have Scourge. So there they are. There's the group shot of all the guys together. Now let's just rip all their heads off so that we can see what each of these guys look like with these swapped heads. So setting all of these guys off to the side real quick. And of course Skull Smasher fell over. Now let's try Blur's head on the Hardhead body. And it doesn't want to go in. There we go. No, that doesn't look right at all. That looks weird. Let's try Fracas here. Scourge's head. No, not really. That doesn't work. And let's try Grax, which is Skull Smasher's head. And I really actually do think that that works. Now, if this gray matched this a little bit more, or that black matched that gray, or if this gray was just black, I think that it would look a little bit better. But that is just my opinion. I do think that this head looks really nice on him, but I do prefer his typical Titan Master on there instead. So, actually, let's take off his head. Let's take off him, and let's put him on Skull Smasher, so we can see what that looks like. There we go. That looks kind of weird. So taking that off, putting his head back on, like so. He's not wanting to stand. Taking in Scourge. Let's see. He doesn't even want to stay in. Nope, that doesn't work. That looks weird. And last but not least is Blur. And of course, that doesn't look right at all. That just looks weird. So yeah, the head swapping gimmick only works with certain heads, really. That's kind of like weird with all the other headmasters on the different bodies, in my opinion. Now, if you were thinking of a little kid's perspective, you would actually really be digging this whole headmaster gimmick. I honestly really do like it. I think that it is very cool. I do think that it is a lot of fun. I like how you can just mix and match and swap around the heads. But I usually just keep the head that the guy is supposed to have and keep that on him. I just think it looks better. That is just my opinion, though. So, yeah, guys. So this was the Titans Return Hardhead. I really do like this guy. I say you should pick him up. He's nice and solid. The only flaw I have with him is his arms. Just a little bit too long at the forearm. And this knee is a little bit floppy. I wish the knees were a little bit tighter, but they were nothing like how Skull Smasher's hips were. So, now let's get down to the voting. So, for the voting, we have the Five Nights at Freddy's Funko Bonnie action figure. We have the Five Nights at Freddy's Funko Foxy action figure. And the Five Nights at Freddy's Funko Vinyl Collector's Set. So, as always, there will be a little eye right up there, and you will choose. Do you want to see the Five Nights at Freddy's Funko action figure Foxy? Do you want to see the Five Nights at Freddy's Vinyl Collectible Set right there, or do you want to see the Five Nights at Freddy's collectible Bonnie action figure? So, Foxy, box set, Bonnie. Vote up there at the top, and, well, guys, I am Shockwave640, and I'll be seeing you later, guys. Just be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell other people about my reviews. I would really appreciate it. So, guys, I will be seeing you later. Peace.